As a kid, my favorite movie growing up was Cars. I saw the whole movie when I was about 2 years old, and I was blown away. Since then, I've become obsessed with the Cars franchise. I've seen all the movies, played all the video games on the Nintendo Wii, and even gone through stuff. I can even quote the movie by hand. I'm telling you, man, every third blink is slower. The 60s weren't good to you. And with that love comes merchandising.
Merchandising! Where the real money from the movie is made.
Yes. After all these years, I've collected quite a hefty sum of the Cars collection. And here, today, we're going to be going through that collection one by one. Offhand, there are a lot of Cars toys, and as a kid, I had to part with some. So, we'll get some information about the Cars toys merchandise's life, some personal life stories, and even some great behind the scenes facts. This is everything I own. I don't have an exact number when it comes to my Cars collection. I've just started collecting them when I was a kid, and a lot of they part with some, like Charlie Checker and Michael Schumacher Ferrari character. I still have some of mine from my kid, and I still have some real McCoys. Please. Just FYI, a lot of mine are probably the 155 scales, but I do have some extra ones I do want to show off. But I've lined them up all on my dresser for all you to see, and it's probably a mess. There's just a lot of them here, so without wasting any more due time, let's just get into it. Alright, what better place to start than a standard bog standard like McQueen? This is the Thailand version of him. So, let's go over our first little bit of fun facts. Okay? Lightning McQueens have been made all the world. But let's begin with some fun facts about Cars merchandise. For the longest time, Cars was made in China. Since 2020, they've been made in Thailand. But why? Let's go over some merchandising stories, okay? So, when Cars first released in 2006, they were all made in Thailand. However, they decided to move over to China due to costs being cheaper to make there and labor laws being, well, less stringent. Okay? If you have a car from around the 2010s, it's most likely named in China, and it most likely has that maker in it. However, there have been some changes overall. In 2018 through 2019, the car makers changed from China to Vietnam, and in 2020 they changed to Thailand, where they're made today. You can easily tell a Thailand variant due to the wicked details and some of my earlier Thai models having chipped paint almost everywhere. It's not a pretty sight, but I will say Thailand has made some pretty good characters, and some of the characters are exclusive to that range, mainly ones from on the road. Okay? Other than that, let's get back to our main story focus. And here we have Dinoco McQueen, the oldest McQueen I have in my collection, by far. Got this guy years ago, and he's still in my collection to this day. Relatively in good shape too. And here we have Color Shifters Cruising Line McQueen. Back to fun facts. The Color Shifters line are a line that was first developed back when Cars were in China back during Cars 2. Since then, more than 50 color changing cars have been made in terms of characters. Okay? You can dip them in water and you get a light or darker finish. You will see various versions come up every now and then. Just want to throw some fun facts in here as we go along. Okay? If you see anything that happens to the sunlight and all, it's freezing cold in Alberta right now, so just FYI, it's not exactly the nicest temperatures. Alright, back to the video. I have World Grand Prix Light McQueen. Easily one of my favorite Light McQueens. I myself am not a huge fan of Cars 2, but I can always admire when a good car comes out. And here we have Cars 3 Lightning McQueen. Nothing here to say much, just nice design right here. Although here's my most recent Lightning McQueen by a long shot. Got this guy just a few months ago at Walmart. Just nice to know. And here we have Cars 3 Racing McQueen. And yeah, this one's banged up to hell and back. Yeah, let's just say that I play with some of these toys, and you're gonna notice that a lot of these have scratch marks on them. And here's Chester went for Photo Lightning McQueen. Yeah, I have no idea how I got this. I think it's a bit of a fun story, but I don't want to go through it. Just saying that this is going to be one hell of a story when I get back. This is in the kind of hall scene. And here we have Cars on the Road Lightning McQueen. One of the very few on the road McQueens we have. Or characters too. I don't tend to buy for that series. I did watch it, but I'm not planning to buy any characters for it. Here we have a Mini Adventures Lightning McQueen. The Mini Adventures line existed from the 2006 all the way up to 2010. And gave us several characters, okay? I actually used to have a Trev horror of the characters when I was younger. I don't have it anymore, but it's always been fun to collect these things for him, okay? And as a kid, it's always fun just to see what comes up with these collections. Back to the video. Yeah. This is my only remnant of a Mini Adventures character. And, well, yeah, he is definitely one of my oldest ones. And here we have some Micro Drifters. Alright, back to fun facts. Micro Drifters line was a line all the way from 2013 to 2000 and I think 15 or 16. One of the 2 years. I'm not entirely sure on the dates. And they released characters from the first Cars movies all the way up to the Planes movies during that same time. These ones are unique for having a little ball bearing underneath, allowing them to roll like crazy. I have several of these, and they're fun to play with. Okay, these are of Cars 2 Lightning McQueen and Cars 1 Lightning McQueen. And that is every Lightning McQueen I own in my collection. But we're just getting started. Here is a bog standard Mater. Mater is one of those characters that I've had in my collection for what feels like decades at this point, and this is my most recent version from Thailand. Much improved over the Chinese version. As you can actually tow this one, as you can see with this McQueen I have right here. Love that design. You can also do this with Otis too. Here we have my old Doc Hudson when I was younger. Still have him in the collection. I've yet to refuse to change him as he is just that good. One of the best characters they made. Just classic. But you know what's even better? Dirt Track Hudson Hornet. Yes, this is even better. So, with the Fast Hudson Hornet on it too, and having some great designs. I don't have a classic one and I never owned this as a kid, but the Dirt Track one will suit me just fine. This is Sally, and I'm not a huge fan of Sally. She's way too wide, she's not even the same size, and look at the expression on her. Easily one of the weaker characters I've had in my collection. Here we have my Ramon. Let's have Ramon right here in the purple guys. I didn't like the expression on mine. He got kind of mean. But I do love the design, and Thailand did knock it out with the detailing on this particular one. And here we have a Body Shop Ramon, or Green Ramon. I did have a green and a yellow Ramon as a kid, but I have since parted with those. Maybe someday I'll find them again. But for now, I'm going to show you all the alternate paint jobs of Ramon. And here we have Color Shifters Ramon. Going from blue to purple, and right now, he's in the purple state. And here we have Lightning Ramon, what I believe to be the oldest Ramon in my collection, and the only one from China to be here. Love the design. And here we have Saludos Amigos Ramon. I love how they capture the silver and dark blue paint jobs, along with the Mexican and American flags. Thailand, you knocked out of the park with this one. And here we have what I'd call Sunset Ramon, or On the Road Ramon, as many people like to call him. This is a really cool one. I love the orange color scheme on him. Makes him look visually distinct. Here we have Luigi. I don't know, I'm kind of okay with Luigi's design. This is the one from China back in the years. He's definitely my second Luigi since I have 2 in collection for some odd reason. And here we have Guido. I have managed to get this Guido pretty much in the best of shape, because my arms kept on falling off mine as a kid. But this one's kept on mine on, so That's something else from matter. And here we have Flo. I have 3 flows. I don't know how I acquired 3 flows, but maybe it's because I've got them with my Ramones. But this is clearly not my contest. I'm just here talking about the flows. And here we have Fillmore. From my childhood, I love the Chinese version of Fillmore. The designs are all mine. And here we have Sarge. While this is still the old Chinese version of him, I have yet to upgrade mine. And yeah, mine is not the greatest anymore. He doesn't roll correctly. As you see here, his rolling is kind of screwed. But still, glad I have him for my collection. Here we have Chef, and I'm showing you from this side because the other side is, oh boy. Yeah, I play this Chef a lot, which is odd since I got him like 2018, I think. So yeah, and here's a factory custom of Lizzie. I do not own an original Lizzie, unfortunately. They are hella hard to find. And unfortunately, I'm still looking for mine to this day. But I do have a Lizzie in my collection for all you to see. Here is Red and Stanley. This is my second version of Red. My first version is a lot older. This one's significantly smaller, I think. And also, we got a nice touch of Stanley. I want to see it. This is Mac. One of mine pistons is broken off, but this Mac right here is of the Cars 3 variant. And the trailer is open because you can load McQueen or any other character you can fit in there. So don't try loading Mato in that thing. Here we have it, Minnie. This one came in a van. I've also never been a huge fan of the eye expression on mine. Just way too full. But do you know who I am a big fan of? Van. Perfect expression, perfect likeness, just perfect. And that is all the Radiator Springs focus. Now to my tenors. This first one is Boost from Thailand. I actually don't like the Thailand variants more. They actually look very good and very sophisticated. And I love the expression on mine. This is the Thailand variant of DJ. I prefer this one because of the Kuwait ones. This is the one with flames. As previously, his ones were in blue, not green. And here's my favorite tenor of all time, Wingo. I love the design on this one. He looks absolutely perfect in my collection with flames. And here we have Snotwad. This is the regular version from China. Yeah, I could not find a Thailand variant in my stores. Again, I don't have Target up here in Canada, but it's nice to have this area to go through. Okay, I do have one version with flames, but he's a factory custom, and I do not condone you for choosing one. They are very similar. Here we have Otis. I like McQueen. He can be towed around by Mato. And that's all I'm going to say about Otis. Here we have the King. A very, very big purchase of mine. As a kid, I bought this King a while back, and I've had my collection ever since. This is Chick Hicks, and I'm not a big fan of the Thailand variant of Chick Hicks, which I have right here. His decals are so yuck. They just blend in too much. And honestly, Thailand just messes up with details with Piston Cup races, and it continues to sponsor Chick Hicks. Yeah, they're kind of everywhere, so this one kind of gets affected the most. Still glad to have my collection. This here is Rusty Corn Fuel. I'm playing with something a bit. You can see that on the spoiler most evidently. Okay, I've always been mixed on some of these sponsors sometimes, and this is a Thailand variant. Definitely better than some of the other ones. And some of the other ones I actually do like more. This is Aiken Axler from China. Easily one of the better ones from China. I love how they were able to do it here. Don't buy the Thailand variant. The black is more of a metallic gray color than black, which is not how it is in the movie. It looks way better on this one. And here we have my most recent Piston Cup racer, Chuck Armstrong. Found this guy at Walmart just before picking up this video. And wow, the mouth is not painted. I know on my we'll see he was painted either, but it just looks way worse on Chuck because he is bright blue and I can see it all for you to see. Still, great to have the most iconic Piston Cup racer for a lot of us. Aside from McQueen, King, Chick Hicks, and Dale, but this is a good one. Here we have Kevin Racing China. I have a fun fact to tell you about all of this. There's a few more coming soon, but this is a Chinese variant. I do see the Chinese variant on a lot of my shoppers, but I didn't buy it. I prefer this one though. And here we have Ruby Easy Yokes, another one I bought that exact same day as Kevin. Again, love the details on this Chinese variant of his. Love him. And And here we have Johnny Blamer. I actually don't mind this one from Thailand. I know a lot of people say that this one looks kind of bad just due to his expression not having the white eyeliner area. But I don't mind it. The details are honestly a bit better on my variant than others, but I can see why someone's there. Oh, here's one of my least favorites. Brush Kerper. Mine is not the right orange hue, and it kind of makes everything blend in. Found this guy at Shopper's Drug Mart in Middle Woods, a little neighborhood in my hometown of Edmonton. Kinda cool though. And here we have Billy Oil Changer from China. Again, love the design of this one. China nails it with these designs. Can't beat this to Thailand. But we'll find one eventually I like. Aha! Here's one I do like. James Clean Air. Great design. I love how they handled him. The expression is dead on. Perfect for this one. And I love the design. Perfect. And that... Unfortunately, my praise can only go so high, as Lee Revkins is hands down my least favorite of the ones I own. The purple is way too light of a shade for him. Almost like a lavender shade instead of the dark purple we got from China. And I don't get why, since they did before. Why is he this light? Winford Bradford Weatherford. While he may not look the part, he actually is a Chinese variant, not a Thailand variant. This one got from Amazon as an older one. I got him back in 2023, and he definitely is one of the older ones in terms of age, but not in terms of collection, as he's really new still. And here we have Manny Flybrio. Got this guy at Toys R Us in Canada. I mean, Toys R Us is maybe dead in the United States, but in Canada it's still alive well. And this is one of my better favorite ones too, and another favorite of mine. Love the design. Here we have Floyd Mulvihill, a childhood favorite of mine that I got a while back. This is the most recent one from Thailand. I lost my Chinese version when I was a kid, but this Thailand variant would do just fine. And here we have Misty Motorcrass, another one from Thailand. The details on her are a bit scratched, and I don't mean by I have some scratches on her, it's just that the details are not the greatest, and you can see why. Just want to throw that there. And of course, here we have Krusty Voda. I got him with Floyd Mulvihill. This one is I use to this day a lot of times. And yeah, definitely is not my favorite one, just due to the details being way too light. Although, here's one that's way better. Hall Ingas. I have this one as a great example of how Thailand can sometimes make a great version of a great diecast. And I got this guy the same day I got Chick Hicks. But what's better than a regular? How about metallic Hall Ingas? Yeah, this is one I have beforehand. I love the metallic sheen on this guy. It looks just amazing. Hell yeah, I bought this one. And I bought it with a lot of money too. This Sage Vanderspin. And yeah, mine's very messed up. You can tell that the spoiler of mine I play with a lot. Still, nice to have in the collection. And here we have Darren Ledford. Again, this one again I played with a lot, although there's a lot more gray bumps than there are colored ones. But still, glad to have in the collection. I am actually getting closer into this. Here we have Davey Apex, got this guy from Amazon, and I just saw this guy in stores not too long ago. I'm glad that I call him Davey Apex on Dave Alternators as they changed the name. Same to Aiken Axler from Alan Aiken Axler. This is a Thailand variant, and I gotta say, they did a good job on this one, for once. This one here is Paunchy Wipeout, another one that I have some play with. Yeah, I played this one quite a bit too. But he's still in my collection, still in one piece. And back to China with this version of Murray Clutchburn. Definitely a better collection character of China. I think the China version has a lot better color scheme, but I will never get those to this Chinese version. Always look nice. And here we have a 2-for-1. This is Ernie Gearson from China and from Thailand. The one on the right is my oldest Piston Cup racer in general. And the one on the right is my newest one. This one is the first time he's ever racing from Thailand. I gotta say though, I actually kind of prefer the newer one just due to the sheer blue they use. But the older one holds special place by heart. I can never give it up, even though he has a giant scratch on the top of his roof. Just gotta say, it's been a pain in the ass dealing with that one. Here we have a Ralph Carlo, another fun one. This one is from Thailand. I'm showing the side just to the front having a lot of scratches in mine. And here we have Kevin Shiftwright. The last one from Amazon. But Amazon stores, and I realized, did I waste my purchase? Could be. Who knows? And here's our final one, Tom Marcus. Again, I like this one. Pretty good deal. And again, he was found in another store. I actually found this guy at Toys R Us, but I decided not to buy him, and I regret it ever since I have this version. And that's all for the Piston Cup races. These are all my World Grand Prix races. I have the full collection. Our first one is Francesco Bernoulli. This is a Chinese variant. They're not paying him out for some unknown reason, and he has screws on the bottom of him. Odd. This is Lewis Hamilton. He was the last of these guys to find, and he was a bit of an odd purchase to find. And so glad I picked him up that day, and I've never looked back since. Because I forgot to display them all, I also have several microchips of the Piston Cup races. You can see some of them right here, including the 6 I have, including Kevin Shiftwright, right? Ernie Gearson, Dan Ledford, Shage Vanisman, Chick Hicks, Billy Oil Changer, and The King. Here we have Jeff Gorvette, another of my older ones, but he's kept in some miraculously good shape. Here we have Max Schnell from Germany, another one I bought on the same day as Kevin Racing Tire and Ruby Oaks. And here we have Miguel Camino, another one of that kind of group I bought. Then I'm gonna get the story in about a minute pretty soon. And we're gonna get to the story right now, as this is Nigel Gisley from the exact same day. Alright, time for a bit of a backstory. Around 2015 or 2016, I can't exactly remember, I was around maybe 12 or 13 back then, and I decided to buy some new pistons. Oh, it was at the Walmart. The Walmart section with the car section was actually very immersive back then, and I got an easy up hitting with my Ruby Oaks changes, Ruby Oaks, Kevin Racing Tire, Max Schnell, and Miguel Camino. It was one hell of a purchase that day, and I have never looked back since. I still remember the exact day I have it. Just don't know what date it was. Carla Velosa! Another fun one. I love the design of her. This is our next shine one we have since Lewis Hamilton. I kinda like this one as a kid. Designs. Always loved her design. Can't be beat. And here we have Shuta Naoki. Another one from Thailand. And another fun one we have right here. Design him. I think Thailand nailed the World Grand Prix races, but botched the Piston Cup races, as many of them are not the greatest. And here we have Raul Saul. This is the Thailand variant. I had some Chinese variants as a kid, but my flanges kept on falling off, and this one is my young shoe could actually not fall off. Maybe I haven't chewed him yet. And here we have the oldest World Grand Prix race in my collection, Whip Klochkonsky. Despite being the oldest, this guy is the rarest by a lot of fans. And here are the 6 Michael Drifters for the World Grand Prix. Hey, I know there are several more, but these ones I have. And here are the Radiator Springs Townies that I have. I've got included somewhere else, so I'll put them right in here. Alright. Here is Finn McMissile, British Intelligence. I do not like the movie, but I had to have Finn in my collection. Had as a kid, and this is a time event I got about maybe 2 years back. And here's Holly Shitwell, much better than when I had as a kid, as the purple is a much more accurate shade. Glad it's not the red version they gave her a while back. Ugh. Here we have Tubbs Pacer. One of my only 2 lemons I own in the collection. Yeah, we'll see the one with. There's a paint streak on him. It's not bad. And here we have Toga Trunk Off. Like Tubbs Pacer, he gives him pack. They're both fine lemons. Government Ace have probably been better in production, but I never had them as a kid, so these two will do just handily. Here is Hank Murphy, or Halloween Murphy. Yeah, this one's another one from my childhood. In fact, he's one of my oldest ones, and you can tell I play with him quite a lot. And here we have Greta. This one's another recent one. I kinda like the design here, but it's definitely a bit more faded than I thought it would. And here is Edwin Cranks. We came in the same pack as Greta, and looks pretty good for all things considered. And yeah, again, discuss side view. And here we have Dustin Meadows. This is the Chinese variant, and yeah, I played with him quite a bit. Yeah, this one's definitely one of my favorites. TS stands for Toy Story. I need this little Pixar Easter egg. and here we have Komodo from Tokyo Mater. I have actually seen more cartoons, so this one's nothing new to me. I love the design of him. The Thailand variant is so much better than the Chinese variant. That light green finish was not good on him, and this more dark, more olive green is a lot better. And here we have Manji, another great design from Thailand. This one seemed to knock out of the park. And I love the more Japanese writing on him. He's from Tokyo after all, so he's got that to show off for him. And here we have Kayandi, another one from Tokyo Mater. She barely appears in the short, but I grabbed the Chinese variant of hers. Don't know how the hell I got her. And here's the Easter Buggy, just in time for the Easter. Gotta say, she's one of my more recent ones. Found this one in a Marshalls, which we have up here in Canada. So yeah, I do not own anything else from the external medias from cars, but this one I do have from the Easter Buggy, which I did read off a radio book. And next up will be the Dexter Hoover from the stuff. Well, the flag waver in the first Cars movie. Nice to have this Chinese variant of him. And we have Race Tow Truck Tow, or Tom. I've always called him Tom, you can call him Tow, whatever you like it. My tow cable of mine doesn't really work anymore as great, but it can still attach. Here's the easy outputty, or as I call him, Ted. Yes, I actually named mine, and I named him Ted. Here is Kari, and yeah, she's also kind of a mixed one. It's a Thailand variant. Not sure the size though. And here we have Marlon Clutches McKay. I got a lot of Cars line to make every character from here, and this is definitely one of the more fun ones. A Piston Cup security man we barely see. Gotta love that at Cars. Here is Walter Bursky, another one from my childhood. I chewed on the propellers as a kid, and that's because he doesn't fly that well anymore, and these things, they don't even spin all that great. I was a young kid back then. And here we have Chris Revstopski. Gotta say, she's not as iconic as Dexter Hoover, but... And here we have Double Clutch Daily, another oddball pity in the collection. Here we have Chip Givings, the only Cars 3 stock car I have. I don't know, kind of alright with these one. Finally, that's the next gens. This is Eric Breaker. I have two of him, and this is the one I got as a single pack back in 2024. Just a minus one. Looks pretty good. And again, you will see my issue next gens in a bit. Here's one that doesn't have any issues though. Ryan Inside Laney. Love the design of this one. Love the orange and blue color scheme. Perfect. And here you have Tin Treadless. This is the Thailand variant. And gotta say, I actually kind of like this one over the Chinese variant. The dark color actually looks more like a dark orange to me personally. And I love the more brighter orange finish. Definitely fits better than the black and red vibe they had on the previous one. Definitely didn't work on the previous version. Here is Jackson Storm. I think that I have also have a color change variant of this guy, but this is a standard version I got back in 2024. Love to see that one back here. And here we have Rich Mixon. Yeah, another one. In fact, I actually just picked this guy up not too long ago. Another one that was pretty fun to find, if I do say so myself. The only one I don't have the English stock cars won't have. And here, Herb Kerbler, another fun one. I think this one actually does fit better since the original one was green. And the forest green is nice compared to all the other sea greens we're going to see pretty soon. We have Dinoco Cruz Ramirez. Yeah, this is actually the color shifted version, and if I don't watch my stuff for too long, it's gonna turn orange. I have it in a yellow shade right now, but I'm praying I don't get to see it go orange fast enough because it's the freezing temperatures now in Alberta right now. And here we have Rusty's Cruiser Mirrors. Yeah, this is the first official one I have, and she looks very nice. The big 95 is a big indicator who she is. Here we have Barry the Pedo. I actually mind this blue shade of him. Makes him look like a nice indigo color. Although I gotta say it's pretty weird for RPM to have a blue racer. You know what also is weird? Having an RPM green racer. This is M-Fast Fawn, and why is he green? Why the hell is he green? The previous one was blue. I don't get why the green was needed here. I guess because they want to change colors, but now it makes him look like he's not as distinct as the others. Here we have Will Lush. I'm not sure about this one. The purple is a bit of an odd shade on him, a bit too dark, but I like the 80s logo on mine. Although I don't like that he has a number on top. It's a bit weird contracting seeing these. So it's kind of mixed on me personally. I don't mind it. Here we have the color shifters of H.J. Hollis. Yeah, again, why is he green? The main color of Manny Flyway on Park Brixton was purple. I don't know why he's now green. Here we have Paul Conrad, another fun one. I think this is the color change variant, so if I stay too long, he's gonna go orange. And spoilers, he might already going me that way pretty soon by the time we get to the end of this thing. We have Nick Shift, another more recent one. And again, I mean, it is blue. I mean, true. But yeah, everything kind of blends together with this one. He's okay, but could be worse. And here we have Noah Gochek. Again, not the greatest pick here. Why is he green again? There was barely any green on Kevin Shift, right? So why is Noah all green? I don't get it. I don't get why green was such a prominent color on Next Gens. Just odd, a fact. But that little rant over, let's get back to work. On to the miscellaneous stuff. This is the stuff that I have miscellaneous of. While I don't have as big of a next stuff, this is just where I'm going to plug in the miscellaneous after my Next Gens, which I know I'm missing a hell of a lot of them, but this is where we're going to plug them in. Here we have the leakless holocab. I am missing the holo part itself. I had a holokid. I don't have any more, but I do have a cab, so at least the trailer is at least half full. I do not have anything else leakless for you, by the way. Here we have Weicker from the Planes movies. Gotta say, this is like one of my largest objects I've ever had in a collection. He's huge, and yeah, definitely a big one. Loop wig from Cars 2, definitely a fun one to have in the collection. Love the design of this one, and I gotta say, those luggage racks, yeah, definitely a fun one to have around in the collection. Here are all my registers as Planes characters. Most of them are the Planes ones, like Dusty, Chug, and Shawnee. But it's fun to have some ones down here, nonetheless. I do not care for Planes movies, but yeah. This is Chug, and yeah, I'll explain a story about this one right now. The little part that makes his fuel pump broke off of mine, and since then I've had to replace it. This is a bunch of yellow Lego I had lying around. It's been a pain in the ass to keep it together, but it's fun to listen play with. It's freaking hell with some blue stick attack, which, yeah, kind of unsightly, but it doesn't really pop off as much. Here we have Jet Robinson. This is another one that I got recently. I saw him all the time when I was in my Walmart. This guy pops up everywhere, way too many times. And here we have Heyday Smokey. Gotta say, Smokey looks like a hell of a beaut. He looks great. That longer band, they have a short band version of him, but I prefer the longer one, and that looks great. And here we have Andrew Vroomman. My eyes have been messed up on mine, but this guy also looks pretty good. He looks perfectly fine for who he is. Another one I have to go, holy shit, they made her? Karine Cavi! Who's your favorite character? Mine is, Karine Cavi. This barely visible character. That's why I love our Cars merchandise. They make every damn character. And the Karine Cavi is another one of them. And here's the last one, Revni Guilente. Again, they just make every character in Cars. This is a fun one to collect, and I just love this series myself as a kid. That's why I collect all of them. Right. Just for that simple convenience alone with Revni. And that, everybody, is every piece of Cars merchandise that I damn well own. This was a mess to organize. And, well, that is the whole collection. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Now, see, and when we go, I got some things to take care of first. So, okay? So, some updates for the channel. Okay? Both Patreon and Blue Sky are now up. I have slightly changed up the rules on Patreon. Now any updates to the collection are free for everybody to see. So you guys don't have to worry about that one. They will also be posted on Blue Sky the exact same day. Okay? I am currently working on Thomas and Friends Main Ventures as this video goes up. Well, I don't have it finished. It's going to be a fun thing to make sure to keep in mind. I know a lot of people are wondering what I'm going to do for the 80th anniversary of Thomas. Well, I've got something planned for that. I didn't mention this update video since it came to me after the update video was done. But it's a fun little thing that you guys are going to love. Thomas Thursday and Custom Showcase are still continuing. And, well, both of them are going to be going great. Wait. I am currently actually right now running out of my batch right now. But by the time this video is up, I'll have another new batch coming to you right now. Okay? If there are any other collections you want to see in my series, please post them in the video series. I've been planning on getting my Lego cars, my model cars, and more in this format. Thank you all for watching. And until next time, see you all later.